There is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. That's why I am on the trail of the Nephilim. I'm your Trentford host, L.A. Marzulli. Welcome to another edition. We do a show here every day. Hit the subscribe button. We'll get into it. But first, a word from our very trusted sponsor. Here's the hard truth, folks. Every 6 years, your dollar loses half its buying power. That's right. That means a $100,000 savings account today could feel like $50,000 by 2031. And you see it every time you fill up your tank, buy groceries, or pay the bills. Prices are up, your dollar is down. But there's a simple way to protect the value of your savings with something real, something proven. Folks, it's gold, and we invested, and frankly, I'm glad we did. Gold is an asset that holds its value over time. That's why I trust Noble Gold Investments. They make it simple to protect your savings with physical gold or silver. No high-pressure sales, no call centers, just honest guidance, one-on-one support, and transparent pricing. And right now, when you open a qualified account, Noble Gold will send you a free 10-ounce silver American flag bar as a thank you. Head to noblegoldinvestments.com today to learn more. Folks, that's noblegoldinvestments.com, noblegoldinvestments.com. Don't just protect your wealth, preserve its power. We invested, as I said, I'm glad we did. I believe gold is going to go up. Just a reminder, there's always a risk for any investment like this. However, I've invested in gold, and I'm glad I did. Thanks for watching. In the book, I'm a Trail of a Nephilim. Let me see if I have it here. Oh, there it is. But yeah, let me show you what we're up against right here. So this is the centerfold. Oh, baby. Right here. That's Sacsayhuaman. That's Sacsayhuaman right there. And I want to show you something because this is what we're going to get into today. This right here in the bottom, you can see Irene, that's Brian Forrester's wife, and she's dwarfed by the huge megalithic stone that you see. So what's interesting about this, I'll just lay this back down. This is a picture in this article, and this is also Sacsayhuaman. The picture below, I would lean heavily towards AI. I don't believe that. But this is why I'm running with this. I forget the person. Oh, no, I who sent that to me? Hold on. Oh, gee. Paul Kellogg, I believe, sent this to me. Thanks, Paul, if you're watching. So we know this for a fact, that there are no mummies found in any of the pyramids. The Great Pyramid, contrary to what Zali Hawass believes, it's not a burial. It's not. And that sarcophagus-like structure in the king's chamber is not a sarcophagus. There's no lid to it. We don't know what it's used for, but it was used for something. So here's the deal. How the heck do you cut 20-ton blocks of granite with extreme precision and lift them one on top of each other in the king's chamber with wooden ramps? Actually, those heavy blocks above the king's chamber weigh a lot more than 20 tons. Suppose wooden ramps were employed. An entire forest would need to be cleared to supply the wood necessary for transporting 2.3 million massive stone blocks. Where on earth is the proof of such extensive wood usage? Look, I believe that the Great Pyramid is pre-flood. That's my take on it. And I'm going to show you something here. Thank you, Chauncey Green, our webmaster. He created this. And this is what allegedly is under the Cheops Pyramid. Now, I did a show on this just a couple of days ago, and Chauncey did a great job on this. So here's the Khafre Pyramid, right, at the Giza Plateau. And these pillars that you see, allegedly there's 8 of them. They go down 2,100 feet below the surface. And then there's some sort of a structure down below that. There's a press conference that's coming up, and we're going to have more about that in the coming days, because I know, for one, I'm definitely going to be there. I want to see what they have to say about this. So I look at the pyramids, and I have a completely different take than modern-day Egyptologists. I think what we're looking at is something that was very technical in the far distant past, something that was, it's still hidden from us, and I call it Nephilim architecture, fallen angel technology. So there is not a single hieroglyphic text that says ancient Egyptians built the pyramid. Other Egyptologists, of course, would debate that and say, well, of course there are. Show us. Let's continue. How many slaves or workers do you need to quarry, cut, and lift 2.3 million stones? Where the heck do you find people who can laser cut and fit huge tons of granite? How do you position the whole pyramid to face true north 4,000 years ago when the builders didn't know about the wheel? So 4,000 years ago, according to Egyptologists, they don't know about the wheel, but they know all the parameters of north, south, east, and west. They know the land masses of the earth. How is it possible? Look, folks, let me continue. The top of the pyramid is 1/4 of an inch off center, which is ridiculous. That's after placing 2.3 million blocks of stone. When you divide that tiny margin of error by 2.3 million stones, the accuracy at which the stones were placed is unparalleled and has never been done by modern architects with all modern technology. Bold claim, but I believe it's true. What about all the megalithic structures around the world? Why were they building the same geometry with almost the same techniques? What about the pyramids of Japan found underwater? Conclusion, 90% of human history was buried by time, and the other 10% is written by the victors. No, it's not aliens, just advanced ancient human technology. Well, I differ with that, of course, and I think you know why. It's not human technology. If you can't duplicate Sacsayhuaman, if you can't duplicate that today, and you can't move the blocks and fit them together with absolute precision, then how was it done? And don't tell us the Inca did it with their goofy copper chisels. We've debunked that numerous times. And after like 6 or 7 hits, the chisel is completely blunted on the end. Completely blunted on the end. But the stone that we had, the ambasite stone, not a scratch on it. So if you can't do it with a copper chisel, then how did they do it? But the same lie is repeated year after year by the docents, and I've been to Sacsayhuaman, 3 or 4 times, and every time you hear the docents, the Inca were master stone builders. They're just parroting what they've been told to say. They get paid to do this, so no one's thinking. Let's put it this way, very few people are thinking. There is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. Our series, On the Trail of the Nephilim, there are 8 films on that. We go all over the world, and we're working on number 9 right now. We're in post-production on it. It's going slow, but it will be out this year sometime. Meantime, folks, you can check out the new film on the Shroud of Turin, and you can go to our website, and here's the trailer for it, and I'll come back at the end of that. Thanks so much for watching, folks. Remember, there is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. And that's why I am on the trail of the Nephilim. So, before I go, if the Egyptians didn't do it, who did? There were only 2 paradigms. Paradigm 1, ancient aliens. Your kids, your grandkids are being indoctrinated into the ancient alien paradigm. Make no mistake about it. This is why we have 10 films on UFOs. And I realize I'm going long here. It's not a plug for the products, but we've done the research. We've created the film. My business partner and I, Gil Zimmerman, created the film. It's a war in the church of what's not coming. It's already here. And it's being revealed slowly in Congress. What are you going to do, folks? What are you going to do? 8 films on the Trail of the Nephilim, working on number 9. We go all over the world. We show that there is a hidden history that's been deliberately obfuscated from the peoples of the world. Thanks so much for watching. Hit the subscribe button. We'll be back tomorrow with another show.